Things in the Sahel of states and in ECOWAS in general are changing. The dynamic is changing by minute. Now, the AES leaders have called or have placed their armed forces on high alert. Now, previously, we have reported to you regarding Niger's accusation, allegedly Nigeria destabilizing Niger, in which Nigeria have denied. Now, their armed forces, namely Burkina Faso's, Niger's, and Mali's armed forces, have been placed now on high alert. That means there is a security threat. So this statement from there's a declaration from the three leaders of the Sahel states, and that statement have been read by the army spokesperson of Niger, Colonel General Mohammed Amadou. So he read it this evening, and this is how it goes. Let me just share that with you in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I will read to you the English version because this is in French. So it goes, So it says, this is a statement from the College of Heads of State of the Confederation of Sahel States, AES, concerned about defending the dignity of their people, preserving the integrity of their territory in the face of imperialist and neo-colonialist ambitions. Their Excellencies Captain Ibrahim Traore, President of Faso or Burkina Faso, Head of State Army General Assimi Goita, President of the Transition Head of State of Mali, and Brigadier General Abdurrahman Tiani, President of the National Council for the Safeguarding of the Fatherland, Head of State of Niger. This is the Alliance of the Sahel states. Now it reads, this new divisive momentum, driven by a common desire to achieve true sovereignty and initiate real people's dynamic, was strengthened following the withdrawal of the three countries from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, from ECOWAS on January 28, and the creation of the Confederation of the Sahel States on July 6, 2024. Now, the College of Heads of States of the AES Confederation notes that since the adoption of this new strategic posture, driven by legitimate aspiration for freedom and peace, the French imperialist junta, feeling its interests threatened, supported by certain heads of state, the sub-region is desperately trying to put a stop to the emancipatory dynamic initiated by the AES. I love how they call the imperialist junta of the French government, because the French government keep on calling them junta. In fact, some of our even media in Africa keep on calling them junta. They are heads of states, they are presidents. This is what the people of AES wanted. They don't want anything else. But in any case, I love that, calling the imperialist junta of the French government. Now let's continue with the statement. It continues. Okay. So the College of the Heads of States of the AES Confederation notes that since the adoption of I think that I'm repeating. So by reiterating the irreversible and immediate nature of the withdrawal of the AES countries from ECOWAS in its declaration of December 14, 2024, the College of Heads of States of the AES rightly considers the decision to extend for 6 months the withdrawal of Burkina, Mali, and Niger from ECOWAS as yet another attempt that would allow the French junta and its proxies to continue planning and conducting destabilization actions against the AES. Instead of a concerted management between the AES and ECOWAS of the technical aspects linked to the withdrawal with immediate effect, the College of the Heads of State was surprised by this unilateral decision of extension, which cannot bind the AES countries. The College of Heads of States note with regret that within ECOWAS, destabilization maneuvers are regularly initiated by a handful of heads of states who impose their wishes and foreign agendas on the rest of the organization. Obviously, these actions prove that the security issue which the AES countries in the sub-region are successfully tackling and the benefit of which benefits the entire region is not a real concern for these actors in the pay of a master at bay. They are talking. I am all for them here. Oh my God, you remember? I mean, let me just continue with the statement. I love it. I really love it. Um, let me see. Okay, this has come, it has finished reading the statement, but I will continue. I have it here, the English version. Now, also, it continues, okay, the statement. Also, the College of Heads of States is following with great attention the deceptive maneuvers initiated by the French junta under the pretext of closing its military bases in certain African countries to replace them with a less visible system, but pursuing the just a second. But pursuing the same colonial ambition. In addition to these activities, there are operations to reorganize and regroup terrorist groups in the Lake Chad Basin, in the Sahel, and in certain border areas, namely Niger, Nigeria, Niger, Benin, Niger, Burkina, Benin, Burkina. This receive various forms of support from foreign states, particularly financial and logistical means aimed at destabilizing the AES. Given the seriousness of these factors, the College of Heads of States of the Confederation, number one, decides to place the defense and security forces on maximum alert. Number two, decides to make the confederal space a single theater of military operations coexisting with the current national military theaters. Number three, calls on the population of AES to redouble their vigilance to systematically report any suspicious act to the security forces and to reject proposals for enlistment in terrorist groups. The College of Heads of States reiterates its commitment to continue with determination the fight of the people of the AES for their true sovereignty and dignity. This is done in Bamako, December 22nd, 2024. That is the end of the declaration of the three heads of states placing their armed forces on high alert. This is what we see. Now, let me just share with you my reflection on this. Now, we have to make the dots to connect or give you the dots and you make it connected. Now, from what is mentioned in the declaration. First of all, above all, we have Bola Tinubu, who 2 weeks ago, who was in France. And then we have also the two countries who have requested France for the French military to leave their country. Let's be clear. Chad have, yes, requested it. And this came actually at a surprise because Chad's connection with France is so established that nobody expected it. Chad will withdraw from French military withdraw from Chad. That was really, really so much, even for so many analysts, this was kind of a puzzle. So now this declaration tells us it was like a fake, a pretext, but only done to regroup, to reorganize themselves. And in the regions that have been named now in the declaration, Niger, Benin, Niger, this, on the borders that these Sahel states are sharing with ECOWAS. So there is a regrouping and reorganizing of the terrorist groups to weaken or destabilize the Sahel states. Another thing, the third point is that, follow me, okay? Number one was Bola Tinubu's visit to France. Number two, from the declaration, how they said a fake exit, a fake request of exiting from this previously French military occupied places. So that is Chad. They don't have to name it like that. And then Senegal did not really, or most of us maybe have gotten away with it, but Senegal did not really directly request for the French military to leave the country. It was just something else. It has an interest, but it doesn't have that courage or moral as of now to ask the French military to leave the country. Okay, so this is what they're calling a fake French military exit from the places. So I think they're talking about Chad. Number four, what they are talking about is that they are surprised. The recent meeting after Bola Tinubu came from France, you remember how just one day ahead, the AES went and they say our coming back to ECOWAS it's something, the decision is irreversible. And, but they say they will make their territory open for ECOWAS nationals. So this making it, if you remember when I analyzed it to you, now they are giving a homework for ECOWAS leaders so that ECOWAS leaders to reciprocate this for the AES nationals to live also in ECOWAS without being, asked any documentation. And then on the other hand, also they are saying they are putting out on the face of the population, say this is our thing, anything different that has been decided by ECOWAS, it's not on us. So they are making clear their stance. But one day after, then the ECOWAS held the meeting, and what did they say? They did not reciprocate what AES said, leaving their territory open for the nationals of AES. What they say, they extended it by 6 months. Okay, they approved their exit as of January 1st, 2025, but they extended till July 31st or July something until July for 6 months of the next year. So they are accusing this instead of, because they say it is irreversible, they expect for ECOWAS to now open that paperwork, technical things, filling the forms and everything to be finalized by both sides. But instead, they left it open. So what does that mean? According to what this AES heads of states declaration is telling us, this will enable them to, for 6 months to do what they want to do, leaving it open as if still this 3 states did not leave ECOWAS officially. So that was something surprising for them, but at the same time that would help the imperialists, the colonial power, to maintain the status quo, to do what it wants, interfering and the security of or the sovereignty of these states. So this is why they are keeping their armed forces on high alert. and they have called for their people to stay vigilant and to report anything that looks suspicious. So anyone now, the AES citizen should serve their leaders as each and every one of them as a military or as a patriot, who is safeguarding their country. This is sad, really. We reached to this point, and we know all that they say. ECOWAS has 15 member states. The three of them have left, and there are now 12 countries. They say it's only a handful of members that are exerting their force to, serving as a Trojan horse for the imperial forces. I can name them: Nigeria, you have Benin, you have Togo, you have who? Ivory Coast. I don't know Togo, but for sure Benin, Ivory Coast, Nigeria. Then the two of them I can play with: Ghana, Togo. Yeah, so it's sad. It's really sad that it reached to this level. But hopefully that there will be, they are just trying to get out of, to break that sanction and trying to control their natural resources so they can take out their people out of this dependency, that this vicious of circle of poverty. So they are trying their best, and now for them to be faced by this kind of challenge of security that drags them their focus, to fully now to security, military, and then maybe war. Unnecessary, really, really unnecessary. And it's sad. Yeah. So it's not only now the people of AES, but the people in which now the AES is saying that those handful of governments who are imposing the imperial agenda in the whole ECOWAS, their own population should resist it. Nigeria itself is in problem because now the people from the northern part of the country have already started to make their voice against Bola Tinubu's action, because there was also a viral video in which that Nigeria is going to be the next base for French military. So opposing that, people from the northern part of the country are already speaking out against Bola Tinubu's administration. So this doesn't really do well even for those governments themselves. In the first place, why they wanted to remove these revolutionary leaders from the Sahel states is because if their own people see that this is possible, and with the direction that they are going, how they are trying to take away their natural resources and cutting their ties and making themselves equal on the negotiation table, where they negotiate trade with other countries and partnering also, as opposed to from west, with other countries. So now other population in ECOWAS in other countries would also want the same. So when they see that this is possible, so this is exactly what they are afraid of. Countries like Nigeria, countries like Benin, countries like Ivory Coast, for them not to be thrown away. That's what they are afraid of. So they want to remove these Sahel states leaders. I don't want to say so much. This is where I want to end it. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Please support us. Go ahead and support us. I have shared our PayPal account in the beginning in the chat section. I also have shared our Buy Me Coffee account. So that will help us to be here more often and to bring you things as they are happening. We do our best, but also you people are the one who keeps us going. So thank you so much. Your time, more than anything, it's not only money. Your time here with us means a lot. Thank you very much again, and I will see you on the next one. Okay. Bonsu Big Well, Xiri, who else? Marlene Dallas, Hayward, Tarif, Takuma, yeah, all of you, a big shout out. Thank you.